Hello everybody, this is again Mozart. We're playing some Schedule 1 today, and we're going to continue our customer series. The last region we have to do is NORTHTOWN. It's the very first region that's unlocked. But before we get into it, I'd just like to ask everyone who's viewing, if you do enjoy this video, please leave a sub and a like. It really does help out. But yeah, let's get right into it with Kyle Cooley. He's the first up on the NORTHTOWN customer list. Now you might recognize Kyle. He's pretty much here all day. He's the only Taco Ticklers employee. At 7 a.m. he's right behind the Taco Ticklers. I'll show you. He doesn't even start at his house. He starts right here in the mornings. And at like 7:10 he'll walk in, and you can't order anything of course, but he'll be behind the counter. Now Kyle will be here until 10 p.m. Yeah, all the way from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. He's got a long shift. And then he'll actually teleport. Kyle doesn't like to walk, I guess. Maybe he's a magician or something. But Kyle will teleport to this yellow house. You might recognize this. This is also where Austin lives. And where Meg lives. So let's go ahead and set the time to about 10:05 maybe, and Kyle should be in here. There he is. That's Kyle Cooley. Alright, we timed that pretty good. This is for Austin Steiner. Now we were just here for Kyle Cooley, but Austin actually lives in the same house. And Meg lives in there too, but Meg is a Westville customer. This one's about Austin. Now Austin is here until about 7:30 a.m. And you'll see he walks outside of his house, and he kind of gets around. He goes to the community center, he goes to some benches. I think he goes and sees Kyle at the Taco Ticklers, but the best place to find Austin is at this arcade right here in the corner. So starting at 3 o'clock, which is 1500, we'll do 3:05. He'll be at this arcade. Yeah, starting at 3 o'clock, he'll be at the arcade. He'll take a little break, but this is literally where he stands for his break. So, yeah, we'll show that real quick. I think it's around 6 o'clock. 1800. Yep. He'll just be drinking a kook right here, still at the arcade. And then, yeah, he'll stay at the arcade until 11 p.m. Then after that, he'll walk. He actually walks, not like Kyle teleporting. He'll walk to the yellow house that we started at. That's Austin Steiner. This next customer is probably everyone's favorite crackhead. It's Jessi. Jessi will be here. Motel. This is the motel. But room number 5 at the motel is where Jessi lives. And she will be here until about 11 a.m. So let's go ahead and show that. Let's go maybe 10:55 a.m. Now, she should walk out about 11, and she'll hang out in front of the Taco Ticklers. Now, from there, she'll have several routes. Kind of hard to find her unless you just randomly pass her on the street. But another great place to find her is in the evenings, right back at her motel room. So let's go ahead and show that real quick. Set time to 2300. About 11 p.m. Jessi should be back in her motel, and there she is. So yeah, mornings and evenings it's easiest to catch Jessi here at the motel, but that's Jessi Waters. Alright, Kathy Henderson is another NORTHTOWN customer, and if you recognize this apartment building, this is actually Molly's apartment, brown apartment block. And if you also remember from the last video, we kind of ding-dong ditched Kathy down here. Oops, got the wrong time. There she is. Alright, now Kathy's only going to be here. Kathy Henderson is the last name. Kathy's only going to be here from 7 a to 7:30 a.m. And Kathy has a lot of routes. She has 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Like 10 routes, I believe. But pretty early in the day, maybe 7 p.m. Wow. Set time to 7:19. Kathy will be right back here in her apartment number 2. So this is the easiest place to find Kathy. She does have a ton of routes in between. Community center, She looks and stares at the water, goes back to the community center, goes to the gas mart. But yeah, find Kathy here in the mornings and anytime after 7 p.m. It's Kathy Henderson. Alright, this next customer I believe everyone's going to be familiar with, but that's Mick. Mick owns this pawn shop here. He starts his day off at 7 a.m. in the pawn shop, not at his house. So, yeah, right at the start of a day, he'll be here. Man, it looks like he is staring me down, doesn't it? Oh my gosh. But yeah, Mick will be here until 6 p.m. And then Mick likes to go to Bud's Bar from like 7:30 to 10 ish. 7:30, 10:30, maybe till 11 p.m. But then, if you remember his wife, Doris, which we just did a video over. Well, here's Bud's Bar. Just to save some time here, let's teleport to the bungalow. And I'll show you where Mick's house is. But yeah, Mick and Doris, I'm assuming our husband and wife, maybe brother and sister, I don't know. But, yeah, this brick house right here, this is Mick's, and he'll be here. Set time, how about midnight? Right before midnight. 11:30, and I think Mick will be here. So yeah, catch Mick at the pawn shop or late night here at his house with Doris. It's Mick Lubbin. Okay, the next customer in NORTHTOWN is named Sam Thompson. Now Sam actually does not live in NORTHTOWN. Sam lives all the way over here. I'll show you. Here's the motel all the way over here in suburbia in this house. I'm not even going to show this house because you can't knock on it. You can't interact or nothing. But if you want to find Sam in the mornings, he's going to be in this house. But the best place to find Sam Thompson, let's see what time it is. It's about 10 o'clock, maybe 10:30. He'll show up here at Thompson Construction and Demo, and this is his workplace. So let's set this for like 10:25, 10:29. All right, and he drives this orange Cheetah. Now Sam will be here off and on until about 4:30. He's got a lot of routes. He'll be here, he'll be walking around just a little bit, but the best place to find him is after about noon. Sam will be inside of this Thompson Construction and Demo. So from noon till about 4:30, I believe, he'll be here. Now Sam is kind of hard to find if he's not around here, because he's usually driving in his car, and like I mentioned before, you cannot knock on his door at his house. Must be no soliciting or something. But yeah, that's Sam Thompson. Catch him at Thompson Construction and Demo. Alright, on to Schedule 1's most hated customer. I think most of you know who this is, but motel room number 3, that's where Peter File lives. Now Peter has probably taken the most punches out of any customer in the game ever. But he probably deserves it. Let's just be honest. But anyways, Peter will be here at motel number 3. I'll show it here on the map, although probably everybody knows. It's right next to Benji. He'll be here until about 9:15 a.m. He's pretty sad-faced with us now. That's alright. Let's go ahead and set the time for 9:13. And then Peter's going to walk all the way down here to the gas mart. And he has about 6 to 8 more routes before he comes back to his motel. But yeah, he's kind of all over the place. So in the morning from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. he'll be here. And then let's go ahead and set the time. He's out for about 12 total hours. So let's go ahead and set the time for like 9:30 p.m. And that will be 21:30 military time. And there he is. Everyone's most hated customer, Peter File. Alright, on to Donna Martin. Now, Donna is one of the first NORTHTOWN customers you'll interact with. She's the owner of this motel. Or at least she works in the front office here. So there's Donna. I'm sure most of you have already seen her. She lives right here. Now, she's pretty easy customer to unlock, because you're going to be at the motel a lot, and she's actually at the motel a lot. So until about 9 a.m., 9:30 a.m., she'll be here at the motel. She makes a couple stops before she comes back here about 1 p.m. So let's go ahead and set the time to 1300. She should be back in the office, and she'll hang out here in the office until the evening. And I'm sure a lot of you have seen her standing right here with Sam talking. And that happens about between 4:30 and 5 every day. So let's set the time to maybe 4:30. And she'll be here talking with Sam. She'll talk with Sam for 2.5 hours. Or actually, she talks to Sam for less than that. But she'll be back at this motel office around 8. So let's go ahead and show that. 8 o'clock. And there's Donna. So yeah, it's Donna Martin, the motel office supervisor. Next up, we have Geraldine Poon. Now, he's a great early game customer. He has a pretty decently high daily spending limit. But Geraldine used to live here at this Peak building. As you can see, he's not here anymore. It's because since the latest patch, he's actually moved to the storage unit. So maybe we can catch him before he leaves. But Geraldine should be at the storage unit for the first few hours of the day. This van's a little bit in the way. Oh, sorry there, guy. Whoopsies. There's Geraldine. Now, he'll be here till about 9 o'clock. And then it looks like he might... I don't know. He's got a lot of routes. And since it's just changed, we'll see where he goes now. But he should go back way over here and look out at the water. Let's go test and see if he does that. Let me set the time to maybe like 9:05. Now he used to... There he is. Alright. So yeah, he used to be starting his day at this pink building, but now it's the storage unit. So it looks like he still does stand outside of the pink building. Now he has a lot of other routes like I mentioned, but the best place to catch him, other than in the morning, is back in the evening. He will be back here at the storage unit around 8 or 9 p.m. So let's set the time for maybe 8. There he is. But yeah, this is his new home. He lives in here with Greg Figgle. Not the same place, but Greg lives in that one. But we showed that in a different video. This is for Geraldine Poon. The next NORTHTOWN customer is a pretty easy one to find. She is one of the employees here at this, the Westville Gas Mart, is Chloe Bowers. So there's Chloe. She'll start her day here at 7 a.m. and she'll end it right around 6 p.m. But after that, all she does is she goes to the building up here by the parking garage. If you can't find her for some reason at the gas mart, she's there for about 12 hours. But the building south of the parking garage, so this one right here, Chloe will be here in the evening, starting about 9, so 2100. And here's Chloe. Yeah, it's Chloe Bowers. Peggy Myers is next on the list. Peggy lives over here with Kim, at least in the same building, but there's Peggy. Now, Peggy has a pretty long route. You know, she has about 5 to 6 more stops. She'll walk to the barber shop in the midday, and I think that's another great place to find her. So let's go head over there. She'll hang out with her barbershop buddy. I forget what her name is. Let's see. Here we go. Anna, that's right. She must be friends with Anna. So let's see. At the barbershop, it seems like around 2-ish. So maybe 1400. There she is. Now she'll hang out here for a few hours, and then she'll hang out right here and drink her coffee for a few hours. So this is another great place to find her. Let's see, it's 2 p.m. now. Let's try 4 p.m. I think she'll still be here drinking coffee. There she is. Actually, she's just on her phone. She's not even drinking coffee. Okay. But there's Peggy. And then after 9 p.m., so let's go ahead and start skating. 2100. Peggy should be back in the building here next to the basketball court. Check that real quick. And there she is. That's Peggy Myers. Alright, next customer on the list is Ludwig Meyer. He is the pizza maker here at Sauerkraut Supreme Pizza. Just before 9 a.m., Ludwig will be here. He walks from his apartment building, and Ludwig will be here for the next like 12 hours. If he's not inside, he'll be at this bench taking a little break. Yeah, about 9 p.m. is when he shuts the doors here. So let's go ahead and maybe 8:58. Oops, that's going to be 20:58. There we go. Now Ludwig, as you can see, is leaving, and he'll walk all the way back past the slop shop up there to his building. Now I'm not going to show that because you cannot knock on the doors. So the best place to find Ludwig is here during the day from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. at Sauerkraut Supreme Pizza. It's Ludwig Meyer. Alright, Beth Penn is the next customer up. Now Beth actually lives here in the motel room number 4. But in the mornings, she's actually going to be waiting at this bus stop over here. See here? Now, about 7:50, she's going to walk all the way down to those towers there. Just for a few hours. Now, she does have a lot of routes today. So the easiest place to find Beth is going to be back at her motel room. But it's not going to be until the evening. So she should get back around 8:30. That's going to be 20:30. And this should be the best time to catch Beth. There she is. That's Beth Penn here at motel room number 4. Alright, we've almost made it through all the customers. This is going to be the last customer. We're ending on a pretty easy one. It's Miss Ming. Almost everybody knows Miss Ming. She's here at the Fat Dragon Chinese restaurant. You can knock on the door here, or there's actually a door back here as well. Now if she goes back in the front door, there she is. But yeah, there's 2 doors. Of course, this is right below the sweatshop property. And Mrs. Ming is here all day. So let's go ahead and double check that. Random time, 8:20. 8:20 p.m. Still there. We'll do one more check here. Oh, maybe 9:50. Alright. Yeah, Miss Ming is here all day, just proving that she's there. She loves her Chinese restaurant, although I don't see any customers there. But yeah, I hope this series helped you guys out in finding some particular customers. Sometimes they can be a little tricky. But yeah, if this did help you out, don't forget to leave a like and a sub. It really does help out. And have yourself a great day today.